Long before the local movement, Chef Weta Michael was championing local farmers. She consistently makes locally sourced ingredients a focus in her dishes. With several James Beard Award nominations for Best Chef in the Southeast among her accolades, it looks like going local has its rewards. To say she is a supporter of local agriculture is an understatement. Chef Weta Michael's family of restaurants has purchased more than $2 million of local farm products. That means when you're supporting her restaurants, Holly Hill Inn, Wallace Station, Midway Bakery, Smithtown Seafood, and Windy Corner Market, you're also supporting your neighborhood farmers and producers. Through the years, we've gotten a tour from Chef Weta Michael at all of her restaurants, except one.
Today, we're going to check out Windy Corner, the last eatery on our Weta Michael 5-stop tour. Although each of her restaurant concepts are completely unique, they all share a commitment to go local and a strong sense of community.
Chef Weta Michael is committed to creating community. She creates community in the neighborhood where she's building a new restaurant. She creates community among local chefs by mentoring them and helping them succeed. She creates community with area farmers and producers by predominantly using their products in her cuisine. And this sense of community is what customers have grown to love and expect at each one of her restaurants.
I'm here today with Weta Michael, and she is the owner of the Weta Michael family of restaurants. I mean, there are so many, right?
Yeah, we've got a growing family.
You do.
We've got a big family at this point.
You have 5. There's Holly Hill Inn, Wallace Station, Smithtown, and Midway Bakery.
That's right.
And we're here at Windy Corner.
And we're here at Windy Corner. This is our sweet spot in the bluegrass right here. It really is.
Well, what I love about all of your restaurants is there seems to be a common theme of community.
Yes, a big part of how I think about food is through memory and nostalgia and relationships. So certain things, I know many people are like this too, so certain things that you make or eat, they remind you of your mom. And that really influences our business plans and our menus, and especially we want to always have that Kentucky taste, of food. So yeah,
absolutely.
Especially here at Windy Corner, we started this restaurant with the intention of providing a place for the people who live around here to really come and gather and have a good time.
Yeah, well, that's true. In each of your restaurants, I noticed there's definitely that kind of community and neighborhood feel. So you name them, I guess, for kind of either what part of town they're from or something special, right?
Right. We always want to preserve that Kentucky past. So Windy Corner, there was an old store here called Windy Corner. There was a guy named Windy. He was very talkative. And so his shop was called Windy Corner. It was at that point kind of a condemned building. So they tore it down, and this is all a new building, but it's all made with reclaimed wood. And we wanted also in the materials to reflect that in the name and give this place back, rekindle it. Same with Wallace Station, it always was Wallace Station. Same with Holly Hill, it was always Holly Hill. So yes, we like those old names.
Well, and tell me a little bit about kind of the differences and the similarities between your restaurants, because there are things that really make them similar, but yet they're very unique. They all have their own kind of personality.
Well, when you start out in business, you have, that was 15 years ago for me. I was a lot younger. And you have certain ideas about what you're going to be able to accomplish. And then as you grow older, what you really value in your life changes. And for me, it became more and more apparent that what I really valued was creating something my customers really identified with and wanted to have over and over again, which wasn't so important when I started Holly Hill Inn, and also really building on those Kentucky flavors, Kentucky ingredients, and bringing those home and making them affordable. So much of the time local food we think of as being expensive, so a lot of what I've focused my energy on is making it affordable. And then every place is informed by where it is. I mean, I think that's something we're missing in America. You couldn't put, everybody says, oh, we all look like Dayton, Ohio. Well, what's unique about the bluegrass and how can we shape that? And in each location there are different things that are unique. Most of the buildings that we have are very old. The facility itself dictates what can be made there, what can be served there. And it's shaped by the people who work there.
And this one really feels like a country store. I mean, it kind of has that vibe to it, even with shelves filled with local products.
Yes. Well, originally, when we were developing the plan for this was going to be a grocery store because, as you may notice, there's no grocery store around here. Well, we just couldn't build a building big enough. And so we decided to focus the goods on what's locally, what's local shelf stable that we can sell. So we sell all Weisenberger, we sell local sorghum, local honey. And then if you need an egg or a cup of sugar, then yeah, we'll work it out with you. So we have a lot of neighbors who come in, hey, can I buy a pound of ground beef? Well, sure, you can buy a pound of ground beef. But originally this was a corner grocery, and like all corner groceries, you could get a bologna sandwich back in the day, but not much else. So we've sort of shifted a little bit.
You're offering everything from breakfast, like 7 a.m. in the morning, all the way through to your dessert, in the evening.
Yes.
So you can really come here anytime, and that's something that not all restaurants do.
That's true, and that's a hard lesson that I learned in business, and that if you're going to be open, you better be open. So once we got to Windy Corner, was opened in 2010, and it was informed by Wallace Station. So Wallace Station gave rise to Windy Corner, and at first Wallace Station had very limited hours, and it just didn't work from a business perspective. So we learned when we opened Windy Corner 7 days a week, 3 meals a day, 3 squares a day.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have the options that are the fun, comfort food, come get warmed up for your day on the farm, or the healthy options.
Yes. We want to provide all kinds of healthy food, and sometimes healthy food is fried. Like sometimes it's a fresh piece of catfish or an oyster that's fried, and sometimes healthy food is steamed, and it's local vegetables in a steamer basket. So there's all kinds of ways, everything in moderation, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Well, and I know even for the kids, you have some healthy options. You're part of a program.
Yes, we partner with Better Bites program, which also does all the Lexington Park and Recreation snack bars at the pool. And what you do is you submit to them your kids' menu, and they nutritionally analyze it, and they have guidelines, and you have to fall within this much sodium, this much fat, and we do that here at Wallace Station. Now when Holly Hill ends, there are menu changes, but also Smithtown, everything's certified for our kids as Better Bites program. So yeah, we're very proud of that.
Well, speaking of all the great food that I see on these shelves, I'm anxious to maybe do a little shopping. You
Oh, great.
You want to look around with me?
Sure.
The predominant use of local ingredients extends past the kitchen here at Windy Corner Market. This establishment is both a restaurant and a grocery. With over 30 local producers represented, you can find all kinds of Kentucky Proud items here. They have local honey, soaps, jewelry, jams, and so much more. Looking around, it's easy to spot many local traveler favorites like Country Rock Sorghum, Ruth Hunt Candies, Weisenberger Mill Mixes, plus Cafe Marco and Lil's Coffees. All this local food browsing has left me hungry. Coming up next, we talk with General Manager Frank Bickle and step into the kitchen with Chef John Turok to learn how to make one of their famous po' boys. Today, we're at Windy Corner Market, which sits amid North Lexington's legendary horse farms on Bryan Station Road. Fashioned after an old country store, this restaurant and grocery offers both locally made cuisine as well as local products to purchase. We talked with Chef Weta Michael about her fleet of unique local restaurants, each with its own personality. Now it's time to learn even more about what makes Windy Corner so special.
I'm talking with Frank Bickle, who's the general manager here at Windy Corner. Frank, thanks for having us here today.
Well, appreciate you coming in, Amy. Thank you all very much for the local traveler to be here.
Well, thank you. We're excited to be here. What do you think it is about Windy Corner that makes it so special?
Well, I think first it's the setting. It's the area we're in. It's the horses. It's the beautiful horse farms. Then it's the food. It's the, it's that keeps you coming back. We're loving it.
Well, tell me about the food. What do you think some of the more popular dishes are?
I'd start with the Kentucky Boy, fried pickles, smoked pork from Stonecross Farm, house-made barbecue sauce ladled on top. It's got the diced onion, lettuce, tomato, and then we do the shrimp po' boy, which is really great. It's got the Weisenberger fish mix, a little dry dredge, fried for a minute or two, nice and crispy, has the lettuce, tomato, house-made remoulade, squeezed right on top of all those shrimp. It's wonderful. And everything's local. All the sauces are made here. Make all our own dressings, and the salad mix comes from Barry's on Bryan Station. 100 yards away, they're certified organic. We've ordered so much from those guys that they put up a greenhouse so we can get it all seasons. Winter,
That's great.
fall, whenever. Yeah.
Which is hard to do in winter, to be able to get fresh
Absolutely,
produce.
yeah, as we see the snow behind us out here falling. So yeah, it's been great.
Another thing here too is the horse farms. I mean, you're in
Yes.
horse country, so you've got a lot of horse memorabilia.
Oh yeah, we've got the silks from various farms on the north side of Fayette County and elsewhere, and they're well represented. And people that work there and own the place, they always come in and like, Oh, just check and make sure it's still up there. We're like, yeah, it's there. Come on in, you know. So, and they're regulars. You know, they love it here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's a lot of fun. And then when it gets warm, we have the patio out front. We have tables and chairs out there for maybe 25. On the side over on the grass where the mural is. Did you guys see that when you came in? Mm-hmm. Really pretty. Have picnic tables out there, seats for maybe another 36 or so.
Well, I'm inspired by all these smells. I understand I get to go in the kitchen and maybe help make some stuff?
Yeah, that's what I heard is on the agenda, and we can't wait for you to get in there. We
Awesome.
have an apron for you, so we'll be ready to rock and roll.
That sounds
great.
great.
Get you in there and get you busy.
The menu at Windy Corner ranges from breakfast to dessert. For those who rise early with a hearty appetite, try the Belgian Waffle Big Breakfast. This complete breakfast features local providers like Weisenberger Stone Ground Grits and Country Rock Pure Kentucky Maple Syrup. For a lighter yet still flavorful lunch, try the Superfood Salad. It's packed with microgreens, pumpkin seeds, chickpeas, crispy tofu, and house-made balsamic miso dressing. Dinner specials change daily, but if you like shrimp and grits, then Tuesday's your day. It's served with half a dozen large shrimp sautéed with a rich and spicy sauce over Weisenberger Stone Ground White Cheddar Grits. Make sure and save room because the desserts here are a must-try. Thanks to the Midway Bakery, they have a large variety of treats, but they also make their own scrumptious goodies in-house, like beignets with chocolate sauce. These fluffy pillows of yeast-risen dough are served with powdered sugar and Nancy's bourbon chocolate sauce. Another standout is the Bourbon Ball Sundae, with soft-serve ice cream, Ruth Hunt bourbon balls, and bourbon butter sauce. There's no doubt that all the items on this menu are superstars. However, we could not talk about the food here at Windy Corner without mentioning their famous po' boys.
We have some fresh oysters here out of Chesapeake Bay, and we lightly bread them in Weisenberger meal, fry them for a very short period of time till they're golden crisp. It goes on our made-for-us pistolet, has our special sauce, which is a herb and mayo dressing, lettuce, tomato, pickle, and to finish we have remoulade.
All right, well, I'm ready to get started.
All right.
The po' boys are famous, and there's certainly more than one of them, like menu mainstay the Philly cheesesteak or newbie po' boy, the Kentucky Colonel. Although you can find a lot of good fried country fixins here, they also serve up healthier options too, like the delicious steamed vegetable basket. You really can find a wide range of options here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No matter when you come to Windy Corner, you're sure to find a commitment to go local and a strong sense of community. That seems to be a winning combo and makes everything more delicious. Make sure and add it to your local travelers list.
Coming up on The Local Traveler, Winter Adventure. Although it may be cold outside, it's still a great time to explore Kentucky outdoors. Come join us for a tour of Jenny Wiley State Park Resort, where they feature nature trails, Kentucky Proud Dining, an outdoor theater, a Kentucky-inspired gift shop, and did I mention elk watching? Eastern Kentucky's become an ideal spot for an elk habitat, and you'll find out why. It's all coming up on The Local Traveler. To learn more about the show, please visit us online at localtraveler.com. Have you missed any of our local travels? Well, never fear. Head over to our YouTube page where you can catch up on past episodes or watch your favorites again.